Hello, this is Broyar, and welcome back to the episode of our Let's Play for Motorsport Manager. We are continuing our challenge series here, the Underdog Challenge, where you start as Predator Racing Group, the worst team in all of the leagues, and have to work your way all the way up to the very top. We took a very interesting strategy. If you've missed any of the first couple seasons, this is actually the end of the third season here. If you've missed any of the first few seasons, we decided to go with the strategy of just really beefing up our factory before we even really start pushing the car at all. What this will enable us to do is just really focus all of our money into the car, because we know we'll have the factory and all the other headquarters and everything like that completely decked out and get all the bonuses that we can get from there. I had thought about just making, upgrading literally everything to the max before I really started trying, but that's going to take a long time. So I'm starting to rethink that strategy slightly. I'm actually starting to wonder if maybe I just upgrade a few key things and still kind of focus on it that way. For example, we have the best staff and brand. We have the best staff. We also have the second best performance. So, I mean, a little bit of small boost in performance would be nice, which I actually think does the Handling Development Center help with that? It does. So that might actually, this right here alone, coming up in 5 weeks, might put us at the top of that list. We're fourth on design, which, working on some of the design bits and bobs, which would probably be, I guess, upgrades here. Like the design center appears to be the only thing that we can upgrade in that regard. And then we are sixth in factory. So I'm actually thinking about upgrading specifically the design factory and the design center, I should say, and the factory. This will also both help us with making new parts. Plus it unlocks, if we get both of those unlocked, that will actually open up the ability to get the road car factory, which will give us a little bit of money coming back. So I think I'm going to focus on those two next. Get the road car factory just to get some extra income coming in. And then at that point, be like, okay, look, I think we've got a good enough start to be able to start really pushing the car, at least for this league. And then we can worry about some of the other buildings as we progress for the other leagues. So I think that's the goal, is to save up the money and buy those two bits. Those are both going to take 30 weeks to finish anyway. That's like an entire season. So we still have our work cut out for us to get those going just in the first place. But anyway, let's get back to the game here. The mail here. Let's see what we got here. We got that. We got an interview. I guess I'll answer your interview. Sure, anything can happen. Sounds good. Pit crew review. 4 pit stops. Looks like we had no mistakes that weekend. That's good. People finishing all over the place. We have a driver here. Pretty good driver, to be fair. I think he's a really solid driver, other than the smoothness. Not something we're looking for right now, but not a bad little driver. Contracts running down. We've already renewed the contract with Fawcett. We tried renewing with Chi, and I believe she turned us down, correct? Renew contract. Yeah, she's not interested. So, well, unfortunately, we did lose Chi, which is sad. But we might be able to keep Fawcett here. She's also a pretty good driver overall, so hopefully that's going to work out for us in the long run. Lola Marsh. I mean, okay, not a great driver, but okay. And then Joe Norris. Pretty good driver. Lots of kind of deep greens and yellows and things. He doesn't have really much more to improve on, so kind of is what it is when you get him. All right, let's anything I need to change with the pit crew? I think I've already renewed everybody's contracts, or nope, looks like they have one left for a lot of these guys. I will probably, I guess I can go and renew them now to start off the next cycle. Like this guy for sure, we definitely want to renew. He's a 13. This guy right here has 13. We want to renew him. These guys up here, 13s for sure. We want to renew those guys, as well as this guy who has a 14 on the rear jack. Pretty solid. Here's a 13 down here. Let's renew that. The question is, do we want to renew some of the 10s and 11s and things? I mean, 10's decent for what we got, Maybe we just renew everybody and just be happy with who we got. We might start hiring a few other guys to fill out the rest of these slots this next season. I mean, you have an 11 on fixing, which isn't amazing, but it's going to be fine, I think, for now. We'll just go ahead and renew these guys for now. At least for one more season, I think it's going to be okay. Most of these guys are pretty cheap, to be fair. So I think that's some incentive right there to renew all of them anyway. And like I said, we'll think about hiring some guys for next season. Anything in the scouting? We've already checked everybody here. So let's go ahead and get things going. We already checked you guys. Oh, I was like, what are you saying? Okay, yeah, I just have to say I got it. I was going to say, I was like, I've already looked at that email like 3 times already. Let's see. Car repairs finished. Good stuff. don't think there's anything else for us to work on right now. We're literally in mid-season, or off-season, I should say. So nothing else for us to work on. You know, we've got some decent parts that we've worked on here and there to try and build up a little bit. We've still got a long ways to go, to be fair. Receive our prize money, 10 million bucks. I mean, it's money. It's something. Manager of the season, obviously not us. Drivers of the season, obviously not us. It'd be funny if it was. Actually, it would be kind of sad if it was. I'd be like, that's not fair. Looks like equality focused merit payments, simultaneous pit stops. That's interesting. Low profile tires. Lots of new rule changes for this next season, actually. Apparently, BOA did not decide to move up to Motorsport. That's an interesting thought. You know, we could push for the championship and then still not advance because we're not ready to, or, you know, we still have some work to do and things like that. So that's kind of an idea. So simultaneous, does that mean we need more people, right? Yeah, we got like literally we had 3 guys on the bench before just now, and now all the slots are filled because we don't have that thing where people doing both fuel and tires and repairs and tires at the same time. So they're completely separated out. So it's going to cost us a bit more, but it does help us specialize a bit more as well. So, you know, pros and cons, I guess. I mean, it's going to cost everybody the same amount, so that's kind of the way it is. And what was the other changes? Simultaneous pit stops. That's that one. Low profile tires. I think that's, we just get another set of tires, I think, or something. I forget exactly what that rule is. Can we see the rules up here? Where is it? Oh, here it is. They're not the fastest on the plus side. They are the second cheapest tires available at 15,000 per race. So maybe that makes things cheaper. Is that what that does? Simultaneous pit stops. We already saw that, which is all aspects of the car can be worked on simultaneously during a pit stop, leading to faster pit stop times. The larger crew size makes this more expensive, which I guess we're saving some money off of the tires. So there's that. Equality focused merit payments. There's absolutely no difference in prize money awarded to the top and bottom teams. All teams are rewarded equally for the performance over the course of the season. Wow, that's huge. That means we can kind of sit down at the bottom still and just basically get the exact same amount of money when it comes to the end. Zero incentive for us to push up the rankings right now unless we're ready to move up to the next league. So I'm sorry if it's really boring, but it looks like we're going to have another just bottom of the barrel season to really focus on our factory and things like that. So interesting. Too bad that didn't kick in before this, what we just got, because that would have been really nice. All right, April, what you got for me? She wants to sign on the dotted line. All right, I think we go ahead and sign her because we definitely need at least someone halfway decent. Again, it's a shame that we're about to lose Shin, but it is what it is, and we'll look after that. Paying her quite a bit of money, but I mean, it's going to be fine. She's a pay driver, so actually I think we're basically breaking even on her, more or less. We have a couple offers coming in. Be good to get that money before we start working on the car stuff. Just kind of get an idea of where we're at. How much money do we have? Oh, we have enough. I should have done this already. I am so sorry. Actually, I probably should work on get the money for the car first before I put money here. So never mind. Let's get the money for the car. And then we'll figure out what we're going to do with that. That guy's a really good driver. He's also a party animal apparently. And having a secret affair, which is not so secret because we know about it. Rival with driver meditates, hates authority. Yeah, all right. Good for you guys. All right, we do have some more sponsors. Looks like we got 3 here. 1.5 mil up front. We're not going to be getting any of these things anyway, so I think that is... I mean, this one right here is worth 100,000 bucks per race to us. This one's worth nothing to us because, again, we're probably not going to get 5th. And this one's worth, I don't know what, just a little bit less than 300,000. So, yep, absolutely grab that one. And then we'll wait for this one here in just a moment. Nicholas. Oh, he's a pay driver as well. There's no way we're going to get him for a decent price, though. So I think we just accept that he is what he is. So, yeah. Especially with breaking the contract and stuff. Pre-season. Early season save. All right, so let's go and design our next car real quick. There's our money for the next car. Just shy of 5 mil. And I think we're just going to go ahead and go with the cheapest things again. At least for one more season. Because of the fact that I want to at least get the factory locked in and stuff like that. I love that we set aside $5 million and we're only spending 3.2. I mean, I guess I could put a little more money into it. But honestly, like I said, if we're going to get the same amount of money no matter what place we get, we might as well not try until we're ready to take first place, you know, so to speak. It sounds crazy. It sounds boring, but I feel like it's the right move. All right, so we got that. Let's go ahead and lock in the next headquarter thing, though, because we know we're going to be good on the money now. So when we go to upgrades, let's do the factory first. There's a lot of good things that come from the factory. 30 weeks is a long time. And then once we get enough money, we'll do the design center as well. Oh, there's our other sponsor. Oh, no, we've only got 2. Never mind. Never mind. We'll wait a little bit longer. Break supplier breakthrough. See, breakthroughs just don't help us, really, unless it's a pretty even trade up. We don't want to spend money on anything like that. Bunch of people swapping teams. Excuse me. Apologies. No, we're not going to pay any money for anything like that. Not this season. There's our last offer. So first, second, and second, so none of these matter. So we'll just take the one that's going to give us the most money up front. Please and thank you. Going into next season with $7 million in our bank account. That's even without after putting in the 15 mil on the factory. So we get our money from our chairman, or I don't actually. We won't get the money right away. We'll have to get it through the course of the season, but we should pretty quickly be able to get the stuff to make that last building that we wanted before we really start pushing things. Shin Chi's album releasing today. Good for you. Too bad you're not going to stick around. Dual interviewee. Santo Parisi. Wow. That is an exceptionally good driver. I mean, other than cornering, everything else is like top of the line. I mean, he's worth, it costs $833,000 per race. He better be good. Again, other than cornering, that's actually not bad. Cornering's terrible. I guess it's a girl. I guess she's good for drag racing. No corners. Raquel Perez. She's a nice girl. All right. Just a drift racer. I was going to say, I'm assuming that gives her better cornering. Well, he's a pretty good driver. Too rich for our blood. Bye, Chi. We miss you. Like, seriously, we kind of miss you. Built Handling Development Center. Perfect. Oh, not yet. I guess it's not quite finished yet. Or is it? Yeah, it did. There we go. Does that give us the best? Yeah, give us the best performance, the best staff and brand. We still just need to work on the design and the factory to be the best of everything. We are the best overall, which is cool. Not that we have to be the best of everything to really succeed, but it's fun. Tire simulations. No, I'm not spending money on stuff right now. I basically put my chassis together with duct tape and chewing gum. I'm not going to spend money on some better tire wear. I mean, like, give me a break. Telemetry center. Good for them. Time flying. We're almost halfway through the factory already. Argument with chairman. Hey, stop being mean with the chairman. Oh, that's not us. That's somebody else. Oh no, that is us. Why did it say? I was looking at this up here. Oh, that's the name of the Gazette that is doing this thing. This is our reserve driver. Really? Really? Is it? It's for 6 weeks. All right. Well, that's not the end of the world. All right, where were we at? We did this. No, we did that. We're doing the special ones, weren't we? We did this last season. Is that right? Because this is what we did in season number 2. This is what we did in season number 3. So this is what we're going to try. I just like going through this. Season number 4, because the very first season we couldn't do anything. So yeah, let's go with this. I like the black car still. I think it's fun. A little bit of design, whatever. I wonder if we can. What are the odds that we can beat this thing before we get through the whole livery pack system? There's no way, right? There's what, 12 of them or something like that? 10 of them? I don't think there's any way we can win the whole thing, right? That's pretty aggressive stuff. Now, granted, we are putting a lot of effort into our factory, so once we are able to start making parts, we're going to be making some really good parts. But that feels pretty aggressive. Contract with who? It says with David. Preseason testing this weekend. Teams. Oh yeah, that's fine. Cars almost done. HQ is about halfway. Livery, we did that. All this stuff's good. Preseason testing. Let's do our preseason testing. I'm not expecting much because obviously we haven't put much into it. Hey, we've already got an oil leak. Oh, that's not good. Morale's fluctuating a little bit. Also, it's not doing too bad, honestly. Good for her. We're both capped out on morale. We'll take it. I will take it. Did we add any races this season? I actually don't remember. Do we still have 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we still have 11. So we'll get through the first race before we end this episode. All this looks good. I mean, there's really no reason to try for anything more than 10th. I mean, we're going to get the same amount of money from the league. Now, granted, we do get a lot less money from the chairman, but I think this is still fine. I'm not pushing that button to go any higher until we know for sure that we can. And right now, I'm not sure that we can. All right, here comes the first race of the season. Oh, I derped. I derped a lot. I should have been improving our stuff this whole time. It's all right. It's not the absolute end of the world. We'll just... What are we going to be? Last place? Oh no, we were going to be last place anyway. Really? There's parts that we can't improve the performance on? Why is that? That seems odd. I guess we'll put this guy on the side that we need the most benefit from. But what I will also say is we probably need to hire a new race mechanic, and we'll start looking at that. I forgot that we were going to do that after the end of last season. To be fair, it's been a few days since my last episode, so I forgot what we were planning on doing. My apologies. That is weird that we can't improve these parts. I wonder what the reasoning there is. I mean, at least we can improve the good parts, but that's kind of odd. Let's see, top speed, acceleration. I mean, nothing's going to get done in time anyway, but we'll plug in the engine stuff, and then we'll plug in gearbox. Those are usually pretty costly to repair. We'll trickle in some of the bits here, and we'll start with that. I do want to go real quick to staff, not staff. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. I was like, I know I'm looking for something. I mean, somebody with nurse would be awesome. I wish you could see it here. Anybody that's not currently employed, or anybody that's got some, a little bit of growth available to them. This guy's Archer BM. What's he got available to him? Quick fixes, pit stop guru. I mean, that's not bad. I mean, none of these are going to be terrible, to be fair. It just depends on which ones are going to be worth our investment. You're light-footed and pit stop legend. Okay. Kind of going for some of these guys that can improve a little bit, hoping they get a little bit better over time. Pit stop guru, pit stop legend. I mean, don't get me wrong, the pit stop stuff is a nice consolation prize in some ways, but we really want the nurse. The nurse is just too good. Super overtake mode is really good as well, though. That's cool. Having the combo of engine expert and super overtake mode, that is actually pretty significant, because that means you can just run at the super overtake. I mean, other than fuel, you can run at the super overtake mode the entire time, right? That is interesting. All right, we're gonna favorite this person. We'll come back to you, because that one, I like that combo a lot. Risk taker. I mean, engine expert, again, we're establishing engine expert is good. So there's definitely some good there. I'm kind of focusing on these guys that have like some ability they can grow into. Quick fixes, light-footed. I don't really care about that. And don't get me wrong, it's good. It's just not what I'm looking for. Risk taker, no thank you. Again, I wish I could filter this list better. There's nurse right there. Engine expert and, ooh, that's a good combo too. Condition car condition drops slightly slower, and higher engine modes no longer impact condition. That's a good combo as well. All right, Danny White, we're going to flag you for a second. We'll come back to you as well. Let me look at some of these other ones. Mauricio? Light-footed. This is nurse. I mean, I don't care about the intermediate tire thing that much, though. I mean, he's good overall, but that may be what we have to go with. One of those guys. Light-footed, super overtake mode. Becky here, man. She's got a lot of growth potential. Pit stop guru, tire changes. Okay. Yeah, okay. And sweetest spots. Yeah, say the qualifying stuff. I don't do a lot of qualifying, especially at the lower levels, so it doesn't really help us that much. Yeah, risk taker. Super overtake, pit stop guru refueling. All right. I think that's about all we're going to be able to find. I mean, most of these other guys up here are going to be like probably stupid expensive, I'd imagine. Pit stop legend. Now that's the one where it's -1 second, which is pretty solid. Honestly, really good pit stops is can't go wrong with that. Kevin's really good. Push it to the limit. Removes the red zone. See, I mean, removing the red zone. There's some balance there between that and nurse. I mean, that one's similar in a lot of ways. I still like nurse better. I think nurse just feels like cheating in a lot of ways, but that one right there is not half bad. Then we're getting into some of the people that are just going to be stupid expensive. So no way we can afford them. These people at the bottom are just at least a little bit more affordable in a lot of ways. I mean, I could go for somebody who's just really cheap, but I'd like to go for somebody who has at least a little bit of potential to grow a little bit. So let's check out Danny White here. Nurse, engine expert. I think I like this combo slightly better than the other one. So let's see if we can approach this mechanic. He's not interested. Okay. So that doesn't matter. Then what about you? Jacob Denton. Contract's actually coming up due here in, what year are we? We're in 2019. So it's actually, you're in the last year of your contract. I mean, he's got some good things, some really, really bad things. Still better than what we got. Still not interested. All right. Well, then we're going to have to go with somebody who's just not currently employed. What's the best person who's not currently employed that we can get? It's going to be down here. Yep. Samantha Stafford here has got a lot of growth potential. What's she got available? Ultra soft tires. Yeah, okay. Quick fixes. I mean, quick fixes makes up for some of the stuff, but ideally we get to the point where we just don't have to fix anything. Still, she's not terrible on the stats, and she's got a lot of room to grow. So she could be an option. I think I'd really like to try and find somebody who's just got what we want. Pit stops -1 second. That's an option as well. Let's flag her. She might be a good backup. Risk taker, sweeter spots. I don't care about those as much. There's a nurse right there. Light-footed. Terrible, terrible mechanic overall. But at least he's got nurse. Sweetest spots, I don't care. Wet tires, not going to help us that much most of the time. Pit stop legend. Pit stop guru. Pretty fast. Honestly, this guy would be pretty good as well. So, of the two, which one is better? This guy's 11.46647. And then she's a little bit better, I think, overall. I think she's slightly better overall, not by much. Let's approach her. Oh, no, is that the one? I thought I had one that was flagged that was a nurse. Him? Oh, it was him. Okay. He's really bad. I mean, do we just go with one of the other guys that has a little bit better performance and still, like, she's going to have really good pit stops. But if we're going to go with really good pit stops as our solution to all the things, then I'd almost rather just go with him. Because he's going to have really, really good pit stops. Real fast tire changes and a full second off of pit times. That's not nothing. That's a pretty good deal. It's just neither one of these guys is really improving that much anymore. Nurse is just so good, so cheaty at the end of the day. Let's go with this guy. I mean, we're not going for stats right now. The nurse is just a big deal overall. So let's approach this guy. Could probably get him pretty cheap, I would imagine. We're paying her. That's a designer. Okay, never mind. We're paying this guy $17,000. Wages are fairly important. Okay, he probably wants like the maximum, but let's give us a little bit of room to grow. He wants a long contract. That's fine. He'd like a nice sign-on bonus. That's fine. I mean, these guys are pretty cheap anyway. Bonus size isn't important. Still, if you get first or above, we'll give you a massive bonus. You think they know that I'm really kind of just giving them nothing at that point? I wonder if they actually realize that or not. All right, let's see if we can get that. We're not going to get that one in time for this race, obviously, because this race isn't coming up now, but it's worth trying to get something. Let's see what we can do with parts here. I mean, these parts are terrible. Can't believe I forgot to do the reliability. It's fine. It'll be all right, but still. I'd like to give April the best parts because she's just going to have the best chance of doing anything worth anything, especially since she's like this reserve anyway. How are you angry? And I have given you the best parts. Literally across the board, you have the best parts. What are you angry about? You're angry because I'm giving April a better car than you, and you are April. April, are you feeling all right? April, like, seriously, April. I mean, whatever. I can't change that. I can't fix the fact. Can I just, like, swap something around? Like, what if I swap all these? Like, there's no way, right? She's just angry because she wants to be angry. Weird. All right, whatever. I'm not going to think about it. Not worth the time. Black Sea, Russia. We'll get through this race. We'll call it an episode, and hopefully here in a couple. How many races are we going to need to do? We're getting what, 1,500 or 1.5 mil, I should say, per race. So we're at what, 7 mil now. So we're going to need what, at least 5 races before we can do that other design center thing. Are you a paid driver? I actually don't remember. You're not, right? No, you're just a default kind of backup driver, right? Yeah, okay, so we're good. Which we probably need to give a better backup driver at some point as well. We'll continue to do the practice stuff. We're not going to do any weight stripping, at least this early in the stuff. Oh, I didn't mean to. I meant to simulate. All right, whatever. Just go. I don't care. I'm not really doing this. I meant to simulate. I mean, I guess as long as I did it, I might as well try and bring them back in. Try to tweak it in, but it feels like a complete waste of time because we're going to have so many breakdowns and problems. I did not mean to slow this down like this. My apologies. Oh, we're already at 93%. I mean, I might be pretty happy with that. I mean, I could probably tweak the downforce a little bit. Potentially get that locked in better. Now you're a good spot too. What is going on, guys? 89%. I mean, I can live with 89%. Let's tweak the handling a little bit. Just tweak all the little knobs. Just a smidge. Let's see if it makes any difference. Oh, it's starting to rain. I think it got worse over here, maybe? Oh, it got slightly better. But we know where the grade is for the speed balance, so we can just plug the speed balance back into where it was. Grade up here, oh, wrong direction. Something like that. And that's probably going to be good enough, to be honest. You have 2 excellence. Not bad. We know where the grade is on the handling, so let's just lock the handling in and be good. Something like that. We'll just let them run it out at this point. Provided they have the fuel for it, but they should be alright. Yes, I know it's raining, but just pretend it's not. I don't know what to tell you. Apparently, they like the handling and stuff. Well, good for them. And actually, I unlocked a little bit of race knowledge, so it's not bad. I'll go with it. It's actually pretty good. It was accidental that I started this, but not bad. I will take it. All right, let's go, guys. Let's get to the actual race now. What if we actually start being competitive? I mean, obviously that would change a lot of things, but I can't imagine that would be happening. All right, so we're going to go... I don't know, actually. I mean, we're not going to be able to push it that much, but that would be kind of cool to mess around with a little bit. I forgot we had 2 people that had engine experts at the moment. Yeah, we're going to take those because those actually both ended up being pretty good. We'll push for now. I mean, we do have the engine thing, so that is going to make it a little bit easier for us to not have to repair cars right away from this type of stuff. We'll run this first a little bit, just normal, and see how we sit. We end up dropping way, way back again, like I expect we will. But just, if we do, then I'll probably just speed it up and we'll just zip through this as quickly as possible. And it looks like we are, in fact, dropping back pretty far. Well, I say that. Perez is actually doing pretty good. I'm actually tempted to just keep it on overtake. I mean, if engine stuff doesn't affect us, push it. Go for it. I mean, it's still going to affect our fuel, obviously, but we'll see how that plays out. We may be all right still. Let's drop down to neutral because we know we're going to have some condition issues quick in a hurry with the heavier tire stuff or heavier pushing stuff. Yeah, we're dropping down pretty fast. So I got the engine stuff going pretty good, but otherwise dropping back pretty far. I mean, we're hanging in there, but also not really. Zoom out pretty far. Can't remember how far we could zoom out. Gets rid of the audio though. Gotta have some audio here, right? Little zooms. Alright, a couple more laps. Perez probably needs to pit after she crosses the line here in just a second. Maybe. We might be able to go one more lap after that. It's hard to say. We're definitely falling back pretty far. Yeah, I'll pit you here in just a minute. Don't you worry. Trying to get you going around as many laps as possible because of the fuel stuff, but we might go ahead and pitch you now. We'll just bring you back out on softs at this point because we got a lot of... Actually, we got a lot of laps to go. Nope. Never mind. Cancel. Oh, wrong button. Cancel. We're going to have to get you at least go one more lap. Sorry, my dear. I know you're degrading, but we've got to at least get a little bit out of you because the softs aren't going to be enough to do 2 sets with. We'll probably just fill this up. It's going to be okay. All that's fine. That's fine. Any rain? Nope. No rain. Now, Pierce is dropping back pretty far because of the tire wear. I mean, we technically should have pit a round earlier, but then we would have not been able to get the softs to go long enough. So it's really... We either have to have a whole nother pit or we go a little bit longer on that. I mean, either way you would lose. I mean, it's kind of what it comes down to. There's no winning solution there because pitting for new tires takes time as well. Now we're just going to leave you on the high engine mode, but we're going to leave... I say that. We actually need the fuel to last a little bit. Put you on push for high for a little bit. Go. I mean, again, we're in last place. All right, let's go ahead and go to 2D, 12X. Just speed through this. We can go back down to high as well. Let you guys run high for a little bit, and then I'll probably drop you down to normal here in a minute. In fact, I might as well, because I don't want to do an extra. I only want to do one more pit stop if we can help it. Just settle in for the expected finish. Actually, we're not last place, which is strange. Yep, your gears are definitely dropping down. It's just normal wear and tear from the race itself. Because I forgot to do some repairs on them, or reliability improvements on them. Somehow we're actually up to 17th spot. I'm not sure how that's happening. We really need to... I guess we need to pit here. I guess. And then fill it up. We're going to have 12 laps left. It's barely enough fuel. I mean, I guess we'll fix that just because why not? Maybe we have a chance to not be dead last. I don't know. We may prefer to be dead last again, which is funny. So I don't know actually what the best position option here would be. Alright, we're going to schedule your pit as well. Same tires, fill you up. Same thing, fix that. Everything else looks good for now. Good-ish. I mean, everybody this early in the season has to repair when they pit in, so that's part of the reason why we're not dead last, because other people are repairing their cars as well. Go up to high while we have excess fuel. Now, more people pitting. Oh, driver mistake. No good. Yeah, suspension, but at this point, if we pit one more time, you'd last anyway, so we might as well risk it and hope that it lasts long enough that we don't end up in last place. Because why not? Oh, Santa Ana retired. Pretty good driver too. That's sad. Like I said, we might have to retire here in a minute, but if we do, then we're exactly the same position we would be if we didn't. So it really makes no difference whatsoever. Fawcett's pushing up to 17th. Not bad. And her stuff actually looks okay. I think she's gonna be able to make the last couple laps. So I think she will be just fine. No, I know. Are you gonna retire? You've only got one more lap, really. Come on. You got this. I mean, Fawcett's not going to make 13th, you know, the sponsor objective, but she's doing better than I thought she would. She's a legit not last place. Nah, Perez ran out of fuel, didn't she? Again, not really matter that much because her position is the same as it would have been. Actually, I can't tell. She might have made it across the line just in time. Like, I wasn't paying attention to her. I was watching Fawcett. But it's really irrelevant. All right, well, 16th. Not a bad position. Considering I forgot to boost the reliability. So we really couldn't crush anything. Ravelli. All right. If we can get the chairman's happiness back up, we can get some money from him as well. Which that's not going to go up because of... Is it her? It's only for 6 weeks, though. I mean, can we wait it out, or should we just replace her? Or is it her? I forget who it was that it's dinging him. We'll look here in a second. Because if it's our reserve driver, that's just silly. Because, like, they're literally, like, the default driver that you get that means nothing. When I'm looking for drivers. No, it's not her. Okay. It is Perez. Yes. Oh, she's only got 2 more weeks left, so we got a couple more weeks. We'll be fine. That'll drop off. I'm tempted to do it now, but we'll wait till that drops off before we do it. All right, we're going to go ahead and put a cut in there. When we come back, we'll continue with this. I will make sure. Let's double check. I did do it. Well, we can't do it now, but I did lock those parts in. You guys saw me. We'll see if we can get us a new mechanic and kind of go from there. So I do appreciate you guys watching. May God bless you, and I hope you join me again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.